scores! Sends the one-timer, scores!
Great save made by Gustafsson. Right here, what an awesome pass through the slot, onto the stick of Batherson. Kachuk in tight up, let's get going, scores! Brady Kachuk wins it in overtime for Ottawa.
Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon and I am your host. By the way, I am a little bit under the weather, so if you hear some sniffing or some coughing, I do apologize in advance. By the way, on Monday, we uploaded a great interview with Senator prospect Angus Crookshank, who is finally returning to the ice after a year off the ice due to an ACL injury. It's great to see him getting back onto the ice, but more importantly, it was a great conversation. As the Senator rookie tournament is less than a few days away, Angus is going to be there. We discussed that and the expectations at the rookie tournament and more, so make sure you check that interview out. Now today, the summer of pure Dorian continues as the Ottawa Senators today have signed some depth to their forward core. They have signed left winger or center Tyler Motte to a one-year, $1.35 million deal. Now, last season, Motte had 58 games played with 7 goals, 8 assists for 15 total points, 2 goals in 15 playoff games, by the way. He split that season with Vancouver and the New York Rangers. And I think it goes without saying that those 2 goals came with the New York Rangers, of course. One of those goals, I believe it was against Carolina in Game 6, opening goal. Some pretty clutch moments there for Motte in the playoffs. But overall, Motte is not exactly an offensive juggernaut, but he is a solid defensive bottom 6 player who can play, like I already mentioned, center and or the wing. And, people are mentioning that Ottawa's penalty kill this offseason took a big hit with the departure of guys like Connor Brown, but Tyler Motte will do an excellent job at filling the shoes of downtown Connor Brown. Motte, when with Vancouver, was the second most used forward on the penalty kill. So it's safe to say that, Motte is a penalty kill specialist that brings some energy and some speed to Ottawa's bottom 6. He also has a knack to lay out the body too. So that's great to see. DJ Smith will absolutely love this kid. Not even a kid, actually. I always say kid. He's actually 27 years old. So he brings a bit of veteran presence to the locker room too. And as well, like I've already mentioned, brings some much needed depth to the forward core. But not only at the wing, but at center too. If you have a guy like Ridley Gregg or Shane Pinto getting injured, Tyler Motte can step in for a few games. And as well, look, Formanton is still not signed, and if Formanton is not back with the team this year, he can potentially fill his shoes as well on that third line. And I do have to note, however, as a journalist, I do have to note that the signing comes at a time in which a key RFA winger, Formanton, has not yet been signed. Formanton, who was on the 2018 World Juniors team with Team Canada, that team has been investigated and is currently being investigated for sexual assault allegations. He's yet to be signed. And I'm not saying Alex Formanton is guilty and or innocent, but the investigation is still ongoing, so we really don't know much. But I do know, and I do think that the timing on this signing is quite strange. So I wouldn't expect Formanton to sign anytime soon, considering the moves that the Senators have made as of late. And I'm not saying Motte means that Formanton is guilty. I'm not saying that either. But the thing is, we just don't know. And with something as important and as serious as sexual assault, I really do hope that things work out for Formanton and he's not found guilty. But if he is, obviously you can't have a guy like that on your team. So maybe this is some insurance there, but more importantly, we need to find out what happens there with Formanton. That's more important than this signing, of course, because sexual assault is such an egregious, disgusting act. But we'll see. The investigation's still ongoing, and we just don't know much about it yet. So we shall see. But I saw some people mentioning on Twitter that the timing of the signing is quite interesting. And I have to agree. Camp starts in about a week and a half. Formanton is a key RFA who played on the second line last year for good amounts of time. He scored 20 goals last year, and he has not been signed yet. So as a journalist, it's my duty to mention as to why he's not been signed yet, potentially. So that's potentially why, and we'll have to monitor that situation as things unfold. Now, last thing that I want to mention, Bruce Garriock, friend of the show, has noted that some players have been offered professional tryouts. Maybe an Anton Strawman, who's been speculated as a guy that might get a PDO offer from the Senators. So Bruce Garriock reported that a few players have been offered PDOs. The Ottawa Senators are waiting on some responses, so there may be more moves in the pipeline for Ottawa. We shall see. But besides that, welcome to Ottawa, Tyler Motte. It's a great signing for Senators purely because it's some much-needed depth in their bottom six. You can never have too much depth. Plus, look, if Parker Kelly, a Mark Haslick, a really great Shane Pinto, whatever, are struggling out of the gate, this gives the Senators an option to send them down to Belleville for a few games, get back on track, and have a guy like Motte who has some good NHL experience, some good energy to bring to put there in their bottom six in the short term. So it's a solid signing for the Senators. You can never have enough depth, and I'm really excited to see what he can do. I know a lot of Ranger fans love this player, and hopefully some Senator fans, including myself, will follow their suit and love this player too. Besides that, thank you all for watching. Welcome to Ottawa, Tyler Motte. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this a good signing or a bad signing? I look forward to reading all your comments as usual down below. Besides that, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Go Sens, go.